Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. So for those of you guys worried about crypto prices dipping, don't worry, it's just normal price action. And, I guess for some of you guys, you probably have been looking at, whatever, XRP price, Bitcoin price, kind of doesn't matter. At this point in time, we're seeing prices depreciate by a little bit. And, it reminds me of back in March when we did see the Bitcoin price go up to a new high in March and then take 6 months to retrace. So just remember that, guys. Volatility and market manipulation also play a role in this. He says here, I want you to know that these are tiny technical details in a much greater structural bull market that we're in and will continue throughout 2025. So pretty much exactly what I've been saying as well. The global M2 money supply and crypto are highly correlated, but the dip has nothing to do with it because currently the global M3 money supply is not contracting, aka shrinking. It's actually growing. So I hope we go lower. He loves discounts. And so Vandal here posting that. Vandal showing us just a heat map of some of the top cryptocurrencies. You can see XRP is listed as one of those top cryptocurrencies. And bringing up the Bitcoin chart here on the daily, you guys can see pretty much since December 18th, we have seen Bitcoin even kind of struggle to make some new highs. It did hit, roughly, I think it was almost on the mark there. $99,881 was the high. So almost 100,000 before coming back down and hitting 94. So right now we are sitting at about 94,000 for one Bitcoin, 94,500. You can see fear and greed has also gone down significantly. So now we're way back in neutral at the midpoint, pretty much 51. A far cry from the 80s, right, guys? So just remember, this is going to fluctuate significantly up and down, and it's going to be a wild ride in 2025. Bitcoin dominance is shrinking too by a little bit, 56.76. We're seeing the top 100 coins, that volume is dropping too, not by a lot, and market cap still remaining. So 3.3 trillion, a little off from Brad Garlinghouse's $5 trillion projection from way back when. I don't know if you guys remember that clip. I don't have it up here, but when Brad Garlinghouse said he thinks the market cap was going to double by the end of 2024, and that was when it was at about $2.5 trillion. So he thought 5 trillion. We're still sitting at 3.3, but nothing unusual is really happening here. Some of these coins down by a little bit, single digits, nothing in the green right now, but very, very reminiscent, I want to say, of what happened back in March. And then Bitcoin, making that new high right up in here. For those of you guys who were here at that point, remember that, and then trending downward for the next little while before we did see that move to the upside, and that wasn't until about mid-October. So there you guys go. Analysts are even worried Bitcoin price targets calling for new local lows. And so some analysts are suggesting $80,000. That is the latest warning here. Bitcoin still risks falling to 80,000 in a bull market correction, the latest prediction from a popular chart analyst. In an X post, this was from Boxing Day, Axel Kibar revealed a Bitcoin price target near some older all-time highs. Bitcoin has failed to recover from the 100,000 support level over the past week, and the downside for Bitcoin targets range from 90,000 to as low as the mid-$60,000 range. I would not want to see mid-60s. I think that is a dramatic downward prediction. So he's saying, analyzing different time frames, he flagged what could become a head and shoulders pattern. Ultimately, what I'm seeing here, this is a bit pessimistic. What I'm seeing here, guys, is par for the course in terms of what we've been experiencing historically. Don't forget, Bitcoin is down and was down only about 15% from that most recent high in there. You guys can see that there, 15%. If we did go down to $80,000, so you guys can see that in there, 80,000, that would only be 26.27%. And historically, guys, what we've seen on the Bitcoin chart in terms of corrections, so let's not forget, so this is the last bull run here, Bitcoin corrections, significant corrections, upwards of 30% in some cases. And that was, of course, before we saw a new all-time high. Even if we go back to the previous bull run, 2017, you guys can see on the way up, Bitcoin did make significant corrections. That one's 38.8%. And over here, 40%. So, these are things that, I'm focusing on over there at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. I know for my Patreon subscribers, you're probably waiting for another update, the next installment of my cash out. I want to let you guys know I've been busy over the holidays, but that is coming soon. Patreon.com for those of you guys interested in what I'm doing this bull run. Well, some XRP analysts are saying that investors will regret not buying XRP at $3, $5, or $7. This courtesy of Michael Branch here, assuming XRP is set to go a lot higher. So Coach JV, a market commentator and CEO of 3T Warrior Academy, revealed this amid a turbulence that has ravaged the crypto market. Again, guys, turbulence is all relative. Remember, 30, 40% retracements before all-time high, and we have not even seen 15 yet. Again, if we go back down to $80,000, that is 26% for Bitcoin. But he's talking about XRP. XRP is pretty much just following the market. And what I see on the XRP chart, a super, super bullish pennant pattern here. JV notices that XRP has been recouping these losses, but this rebound has not been sufficient to put it back above the $2.20 level. Despite the gloomy condition, Coach JV believes XRP's long-term fundamentals are looking good. He expressed this confidence in a recent disclosure as some investors sit on the sidelines amid XRP's price performance. Interestingly, his commentary suggests he expects XRP to finally overcome the $2 territory and push towards $5 and $7 per coin. So again, guys, for my XRP price targets, you can follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. That's where I'm posting everything over there. $5 to $7. Yes, I think it's very doable, this bull run. I mean, we've got all the tailwinds adding up, all the factors that would help the tailwinds push XRP up to new highs. He says further, in a more ambitious outlook, the market expert predicts that these individuals would FOMO into XRP when it clinched an audacious $100 target. So $100, very, very bullish. I think a very bullish target. But we got to see, guys. We got to see what Bitcoin does first. We got to see how everything kind of culminates. And again, this bull run is going to be very different just because we do have the real world utility. We have applications being built like the X platform. Now, apparently Elon Musk did just post this. What is added to X in 2025 will be even more than what was added in 2024. And here's just a graphic just showing us what was added to the X platform in 2024. I will link this in the description of the video for you guys. But, we got so much in 24 in terms of the X platform, like the Grok AI feature, and a lot of things that he added to the platform. I think this could be really interesting moving forward. And if you guys didn't catch the video I did regarding Elon Musk, the X platform, and the Ripple, XRP, and XLM Stellar connections, I will find that video and I will link it up here in the top right-hand corner for you. Again, the regulation playing into this. I don't know how many people saw this clip already of Charles Gasparino. Bill Morgan did comment on the clip. It was from Tony Edward. Credit to Gasparino for his initial reporting, but he's exposing himself by calling Judge Torres a moron for her ruling, which was a common sense ruling. I'm going to play you guys just a little bit of this clip, originally tweeted out by Digital Asset Investor. Listen to this.
A guy named John Deaton, who's like a big XRP guy and good friend of mine, John Deaton found that clip and he posted it, and I got like 4 million tweets at me. I mean, remember, it was like nonstop and it kept going. So I called John Deaton up. He didn't know me. I don't know him. And I said, what is this? He goes, you don't remember doing this? I said, yeah, kind of. It was like years ago. And then he introduced me to the Ripple case. And so I always thought the regulation of Ripple was, just needless, given all, think about it. They were going after Ripple and XRP while Sam Bankman-Fried, it was going nuts, essentially ripping people off. So I always felt that was regulatory overreach. I always felt there is a need for a safe harbor. So this technology, Ripple does have an underlying technology. We've essentially forced it overseas, I believe, is where it is, because it's kind of in regulatory never land still to this day. The SEC is appealing the case. And then because they brought the case, this is how stupid it is. So they bring the case, they get this moron judge who says, oh no, they don't deserve this. The retail investors don't need the disclosure. They're okay not disclosing to retail, but they should have disclosed it to the institution. This idiotic judge didn't even know that she established precedent that there should be less disclosure for retail. That shows you what a mess bringing this case was and how they went after him. So, I mean, and so I'm pointing these out. You do get on the side of these crazies on the internet. But, again, I'm always going to call it like I see it. And that is a stupid ruling. XRP may suffer if it gets reversed, I think there's a chance it gets reversed and XRP and Ripple's back on the hook. The SEC may drop the whole thing now that Trump's in there, though. That's a whole other thing that you have to worry about. And this is why I get shit from both sides, both pro-crypto and anti-crypto. I will cover this like baseball. I literally don't give a who wins and who loses in the end.
Which, does demonstrate his journalistic integrity. However, I don't know if he's totally up to speed with the Torres decision, as you guys heard from that interview. Critical of Judge Torres, Tony responding here, Judge Torres clearly stated secondary market sales are not securities because many investors would not know who the hell Ripple is and how the token does not give them any rights or shares in the Ripple company. The institutional sales have a contract and there is a clear understanding of the tokens that are being sold by Ripple, the company. That's why these were ruled as securities. And even Bill saying, Judge Torres did not rule that secondary market sales of XRP are not securities. The ruling was not that broad. She went no further than ruling that Ripple's programmatic sales of XRP are not securities. As for Gasparino, it is quite apparent he does not understand XRP or crypto. Joe down here saying she explicitly said she was not making a ruling on secondary market sales in a footnote. It is what it is. It is apparent that the XRP community did turn on Gasparino for this, for this, but he's claiming it's because, look, he's looking at both sides of this. He doesn't think it was a good call, and I guess, he's within his rights to believe that. Nevertheless, wanted to thank Elon Musk, wanted to thank Tony Edward, Bill Morgan, and Michael Branch, and of course Vandell just for posting those. Now, guys, let's get on to the RLUSD because apparently we have been seeing now the highest daily RLUSD volume so far. Bad news is they're not that high. They will need to mint more of them, says Bill here. So Ripple USD statistics, the market cap here only at 53.1 million, and that might sound like a lot. But guys, when you compare that to USDC, so Circle's USDC, well, that's one of the most liquid stablecoins pegged to the US dollar there is, and that market cap is 42.5 billion. So we need to do some work here. Along those lines, though, Tether too. Okay, so Tether's the most liquid stablecoin with the highest market cap. Tether, though, hasn't minted anything in 2 weeks. Nobody knows why. This coming from Finance a Lot. Tomorrow, it will be delisted and banned from all European exchanges for refusing to comply with regulatory requirements. It's been key to pumping BTC. Is it a ticking time bomb ready to explode? Well, that's a good question, isn't it? And is it going to possibly hinder more growth for Bitcoin in 2025? Now, again, it's a good question. I don't think this is really going to affect anything because there are so many other regions around the world where Tether is still utilized and utilized in a very voluminous capacity. But there's some information that's been going around that Mr. Mann wanted to clear up about Europe's MiCA regulations. So he says this is not correct. Europe's MiCA regulations have a phased approach. So phase 1 was June 24, phase 2 was December 30th, 2024, and phase 3, July 2026. USDT will not be illegal for use in Europe after December 30th. Exchanges are proactive and delist USDT from exchanges because it does not comply with MiCA, but it is not illegal. July 2026 is the final iteration for the phased MiCA implementation. By July 26, all crypto assets, including stablecoins like USDT, must comply with MiCA's requirements to operate within the European Union. So there have been people posting some other information there that isn't entirely correct. Remember, guys, this is a phased approach. So what does this mean for RLUSD? Well, the good news, RLUSD is compliant all around the world, not just in the United States. The United States is a big one. That's what's going to get it up and running. We still do have to do some work in terms of liquidity. Dr. Archer Kerjakulov here posting this 2 weeks into RLUSD's launch on the XRP ledger. And while I have been bullish on the RLUSD, as XRPL has been severely neglected in the stablecoin space, here is my feedback so far. So he gets into it here. Current challenges. Liquidity is paper thin. As you guys probably noticed here from Bill Morgan's screenshot, the market cap only 53.1 million. So because of that, he says he must operate exclusively through limit orders, as any market order would lead to undesirable price impacts. Zero interoperability still remains a critical issue. So apparently it's not interoperable as of yet. Users are still trapped within the XRP ledger, mirroring the same limitations we see with GitHub and Bitstamp assets. There's no pathway to transfer these assets to other exchanges. Trading utility is still negligible, as anticipated liquidity trading pairs against RLUSD are virtually non-existent, which is understandable given the early stage. So I'm not a huge fan, and he says that's a red flag so far. The absence of AMM functionality hit particularly hard. While we are all aware this requires a specific amendment, the implications are severe. Shallow liquidity and zero opportunities for fees mining. This creates a significant barrier to market efficiency. Now, critical steps that are needed. The RLUSD issuer could have taken proactive steps by engaging with platforms like XP Market to establish strategic activities aimed at boosting on-chain liquidity and utility. XP Market has already demonstrated significant initiative in making RLUSD more accessible. Exchange expansion is crucial as well. While Tier 1 exchanges might be ambitious at this stage, securing listings on popular Tier 1.5 to 2 exchanges would be a solid stepping stone and a fundamental necessity. So getting the XRPL DEX listed on major tracking platforms like CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko is important. This visibly is essential for ecosystem growth, and it is unacceptable that the XRPL DEX is still untracked. So progress on this update. XP Markets is taking steps forward, by integrating RLUSD into payment service infrastructure. This strategic move will help reduce our dependency on XRP price fluctuations. However, the broader issues of interoperability and liquidity depth still need to be addressed. From a personal position, for now, he says, I'm maintaining my established routine. Send XRP to the centralized exchange, sell to USDT, while I continue to observe RLUSD's development. So guys, here's an instance where he's still using Tether, and he's waiting until there's more liquidity for RLUSD. So this is the thing, right? You can't just get a cryptocurrency up off the ground and expect it to explode. You do have to build it. So hopefully we do see more developments for RLUSD in 2025. However, guys, I also happen to see this from Anders on Twitter. Hope you have a read of the user terms for RLUSD. Hint, it's extensive. And he just posted a snapshot here that I thought I'd highlight for you guys to know, just in case you are wondering about this. It's extensive, and it's crucial knowing the rules beforehand, since Ripple can freeze RLUSD. So get this. Okay, prohibited business. In addition to the prohibited uses described above, the categories of business practices, and sale items listed below are barred from using RLUSD, and it gives some terms there. I don't know if he did list the source here, so I will list this in the description of the video for you guys. Let me just read you this, though. In the event that Ripple learns users has engaged or is engaging in any prohibited businesses, Ripple will consider it to be a violation of these terms and may suspend and terminate all access or ability to use RLUSD with or without notice, which can result in the potential inability to redeem RLUSD for US dollars with Ripple. So guys, be careful. Make sure you have a plan. Make sure you know what you're doing. I mean, RLUSD isn't even that liquid right now, so have a plan, guys. This is what I'm outlining over there at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel for those interested. But anyway, I thought I would thank Anders just for bringing that to our attention, because, you know, we got to be ready, guys. We need to be able to cash out of our cryptocurrencies this bull run to lock in profit. I was just talking to a family member on Christmas about how he went onto an exchange and he was ready to cash out some of his XRP, and the exchange said, no, it's locked. So this is just it, guys. This is it. Be sure you have a plan. Make sure you have other options available to you. That being said, though, XRP, a very liquid cryptocurrency, it's also not one tied to a stable price. And now with all the developments surrounding SBI Holdings, is there a possibility that SBI Holdings is becoming the Microstrategy of XRP? Guys, I want to play you this clip courtesy of XRP Drops from the Paul Barron Network show. Listen to this.
And that's not really the end of it. You have to look elsewhere and from a global perspective. And we've talked about this before. SBI Holdings, their critical position, not only with Ripple, but just in the banking system within Asia. And I want to show something here. SBI Holdings, XRP is worth around, they have holdings right now. Let me kind of zoom in on that for you guys. Their XRP is worth around 1.6 trillion, $10 billion, and this is in yen. This is higher than SBI's market cap of 1.2 trillion yen. So they actually have more value in XRP than they do in the company value itself. So are they becoming the MicroStrategy of XRP? Well, there's some things that could possibly predicate that that is actually what's going on here. I want to show you something right here. This was a press release that they had. This was a letter to their CEO, and this came in from the Global Special Situations Fund, and they hit on a few things here. I want to go into a couple of the items that they were asking for. This is kind of showing their stock price when there was even a potential, let me kind of zoom in on that for you guys, a potential of them selling XRP. This is what happens to their stock price. So what they said is, we've got to kind of protect against that. So let's do this. We believe that shareholders would greatly benefit if, these were the things that they were hitting in, SBI would publish a daily live indirect value of its XRP holdings, number one. They would also create a strategy in blockchain technology and cryptocurrencies, so have a business that's built around this. Sound very familiar to you? There's another popular company out there that's doing this now. And then three, it says that SBI should have an active and public XRP coin buying program. Rather than pay cash dividends, SBI shareholders would benefit greatly if they would do a buyback program by recycling part of its cash flow and going into both banking and the security side of their business. I want to show you the CEO of SBI. Take a look.
何週間かで裁判所の結論が出ると彼は考えてるみたいです。結論が出て、リップルの XRP がコインだということになると、これは大変な値段になると思います。我々外部の筆頭株主ですから、まあ大変なキャピタルゲイン、売ればキャピタルゲインでリアライズされますけど、売れなくても相当なものになるだろうというふうに評価上ですね、思ってます。多分結論がポジティブに出ればすぐにマネジメントは株式公開に踏み切るというふうに思います。
Guys, I'm going to stop the clip there, but basically that clip says it all. Yoshitaka Katao from SBI Holdings, he said in that clip, and I wasn't reading the subtitles there, but basically what he's saying, XRP could be of a high value. He was explaining there how they are the largest shareholder next to Ripple. And now with this new plan, as Paul Barron was mentioning here, where GAM is now suggesting that SBI do more for their holders when it comes to XRP. I did recently do a video about that. If you guys didn't catch that video, I will link it up here in the top right-hand corner. So could SBI become the MicroStrategy for XRP? I certainly think it's a possibility. And guys, I gotta ask, are you still accumulating? I mean, this bullish flag pattern is looking very, very positive. If we are to assume that late investors will feel bad if they don't buy in at $2, $5, or even $7 per coin. Again, for more information on what I'm doing and what my exit targets are, you can find me at patreon.com/workingmoney channel, but that's just my opinion. I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.